Hello traders, how you guys doing today? For the ones that don't know me, my name is Fidel from California and I'm a day trader, you guys. And I love day trading, you guys. And today, you guys, I want to talk about some tips on basically how I trade the market for beginners, you guys. Alright, and these are some tips that will be able to help you out to understand the market a little bit better and to be able to get in and get out with some profit, alright, you guys? And just basic tips on how you could learn, on how you could identify potential and become a little bit more independent. Alright, you guys, so let's get into it, you guys. Let's start with number one, you guys, okay? And again, these are just tips on how I trade the market for beginners to be able to help you guys out to make sense about it and lock in some profit. Alright, you guys, so again, you guys, number one, you guys, what I do first, you guys, I always create my watch list, you guys. I create my watch list based on a few characteristics. Some of those things are the percentage gain, how much gain did it move that day, that previous day, because that tells me if the stock is strong or not. And sometimes when it's strong, it might be a little bit stronger the next day, so I'll be able to capitalize on that percentage gain the next day. So that's one, you guys, is how much percentage gain did it grow that day, so I'll be able to trade the next day. So that's one of the things that I look for when I create my watch list. And another thing, you guys, is if there's any news, any type of catalyst that's moving this stock. Sometimes when there's some good news, some type of catalyst, it moves the stock for the next couple of days. So that's another one. Another one that I use too is momentum, you guys. You know, how much is moving, how long has it been moving, and what's keeping it moving. Okay, so those are some characteristics that I look for when I create my watch list, you guys. Alright, now let's move on to number two, you guys. Me personally, you guys, when I create my watch list, I always look at reasons why it's trending up, reasons why it's doing what it's doing, so I could try to build some more confidence, you guys. It makes me feel a little bit more secure about me trading that stock, okay? Because, you know, a lot of them are just pumps and dumps, you guys, okay? Let's move on to number three, you guys. Number three, pre-market time, you guys. About pre-market time to the open bell, what I do for my watch list, you guys. And here's some examples of my watch list. You see that usually I have about 10, 12, and I share my watch list, you guys, in my group TradeWithFidel at Facebook, or TradeWithFidel at the Discord app. Make sure you guys join the group so you guys could benefit from my watch list. A lot of people do, you guys. But anyways, let me get back to number three. During pre-market time, or about the opening bell, what I do, I sort out the garbage, you guys, and I put like my top three top winners on top of my watch list, on top of my list, and those are the ones that I focus on the most because I got rid of the garbage. I sorted that out. You see what I'm saying? So then I'm looking at the top three that got my attention, and what I do from those top three, you guys, I try to identify if there is a potential for me to get in and to get out with money, with profit, alright? And what I do is that before I get in, right, I look at the volume and I make sure the volume is still growing. I gotta make sure the volume is at least 3 times the amount of the average volume. Then if it is, and I notice it's still growing, I find the resistance, I find the support, and I see if I get in at this price, how much more of a gap I have to make profit before I hit that next coming resistance. A lot of the times I try to put my sell limits at the resistance. You see what I'm saying? And buy, sell too, you guys. I always buy, sell. I always buy limit and I always sell limit, you guys. So, like again, I always compare the volume to make sure it's at least 3 times the amount of the average volume. Then if it's way more than 3 times the amount, and I try to compare the volume to the market gap, you guys. And sometimes when a stock goes supernova like tops, here you can see here's a chart on it, it went supernova, and as you can see the volume is like 100 something million. You see what I'm saying? The company is like, you know, 100 something thousand, or maybe in the low millions market gap. You see that? So there was way more people trading this than what the company is worth. You see what I'm saying? So it's always good, compare the volume to the average volume and the market gap, you guys, and make sure the average volume, make sure the volume is always growing, especially when you get in, you guys. You want it to grow, 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 all right? Then when you're noticing that it's plateauing and starting to drop, that's a good time for you to get out, because people are going to start selling it. Then it's going to make a difference when it comes to the chart and the price. All right, so that's a little tip, you guys. And like I said, make sure you know the resistance, the support, so you can know at what price you're trying to get in and how much room you have before it hits that resistance level. All right, you guys, and that's for every ticker, every stock before you get in. You see? All right, because you don't want to get in, then find out how much room you have, then you might be at the top already. Okay? All right, you guys. Let's move on. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes, you guys. I'm looking at my notes here. I'll write these notes for you guys so I'll be able to tell you guys exactly the message that I'm trying to deliver to you guys. So let's see number 7. Number 7, you guys, again, always buy and limit, sell and limit. Good example. Let's say I'm trying to buy 1,000 shares of TOPS for $1, right? And I come to time, I execute my price, and a lot of amateurs do that. I execute my price. A lot of people purchase with the market price, and I end up buying it for $1.02. You see what I'm saying? I bought 1,000 shares, and I end up buying it for $1.02. So I end up buying it for basically $20 more. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes when you use when you use the buy limit, you get it for the price that you want. And when that happens, when you buy it big, you'll be able to buy more shares and save a little bit more money. Okay? Now, when it comes to sell limit, again, the same strategy. Because let's say you're trying to sell it at $1, you made some good profit, you want to sell it at $1, you execute it at a regular market price, then you end up selling it, for example, at 98 cents. You lost out in 20 bucks. And you're like, darn it, oh well. But you know what? Every trade, that adds up. Those $20, $30 add up. So you know what? I always try to buy limit. I always try to sell limit. But what I tell my team, you guys, always use a limit buy when you know you're for sure that's going to hit that price. If not, what's the point of having the sell limit in place for it? Okay? So let's move on to another one, you guys. This is very key. This is very important, the one I'm about to say next. And that one, you guys, always use a stop loss, you guys. A lot of amateurs have come to me that have lost a lot of money. They tell me, well, look, Fidel, I use a mental stop loss. Yes, but sometimes the high volatility stocks, you know, it grows a lot of percentage, let's say 20, 30, 40% within several hours, and it drops within minutes all the way back down. You see that? And sometimes that mental stop loss is not going to be able to stop it in time. So make sure you have a stop loss, you guys. So if it drops, you're able to break even, or at least 2, 3, no more than 5% below your purchasing price. Because if it drops more than 5% below your purchasing price, that means you got in at the wrong time, you guys. Another thing, you guys, that is very key, okay, is that make sure that when you get in, right, and let's say I get in on TOPS at $1 per share. Let's say I buy 1,000 shares, okay? That's $1,000 for 1,000 shares, you know, $1 a piece. And let's say it's moving up, you guys. Okay, I get in at $1, it's moving up, it's moving up. Now let's say it's $1.10, $1.15. Now let's say it's $1.20. All right, what I do, you guys, all right, sometimes I use the limit to sell it, all right, knowing what's going on at the chart, what it's telling me, or I move my stop loss up. I trail it with my stop loss. Let's say if I'm up 30 cents to $1.30, I put maybe my stop loss at $1.18, $1.20, around so. So if it drops more than 10 cents, I take the other 20 cents home. You see what I'm saying? And if it drops more than more than what I have gained, at least I'll be able to take again that percentage home. So let's say again I get in $1, it's up 30, I put my stop loss at 120. If it drops at 120, it will execute it, sell it for 120. That's what I wanted. At least I was able to take some money home. Now if it drops below that again, I'll be able to sell it at the price I put it on. And if it drops below that, maybe I could get back in again at a lower price than what I sold it for, and write it back up again. You see what I'm saying, you guys? And one of my brokers, you guys, is Fidelity, and the other broker that I have is Use Stock Trade. And Use Stock Trade is like my daily broker that I use almost every day. And what I do with that is basically it's $1 membership, and it's $1 to buy in and to buy out, and it's unlimited trades, you guys. There's no pattern day trade rule and Use Stock Trade, because if I'm correct, they trade from peer to peer, which there are pros and cons to that. Besides that, another thing that I like a lot is that it's very fast execution, you guys. But that's basically what I trade with the most, you guys. So I try to get in at a good price, or try to get out at a great price with profits. And if I get in at the wrong time, I always have my stop loss, so I get out. It only costs me $1. I get out and I get back in at a lower price, right, and it back up. You see what I'm saying? Or sometimes I get in and out, you know, a couple times, jumping in and off, eating it, taking it, scabbing it. You know what I'm saying? But alright, team, those are some tips, you guys. You guys have any comments? Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribers, share it to some new traders. Maybe this could help them out again. This is just some basics that'll be able to help you guys out. And majority of you guys want to trade something that has high volatility, something that moves at least 10% within a day, up or down. You see what I'm saying? Because you want to make sure you lock in at least 3% from profit every single day, you guys, or every single trade. Okay, that's for that will take you to the top. You know, make a successful profile, become a very good trader, and just become very disciplined and have a plan, you guys. You know, always have a plan. You know, when people throw shout outs, don't just look at the shout out and get in. You know, when sometimes people throw in a shout out, majority of the time it could be at its peak already, and you get in at that price and drops down. You see what I'm saying? Always do your work. Always analyze the trade. Make sense of it. If it doesn't make sense, you know what they say, it doesn't make money. Think logically. Get your emotions out of the room, because you know what they say. They're the bears and they're the bulls, and there's the pigs, and the pigs get slaughtered, you guys. Alright, traders. Again, my name is Fidel. I'm a day trader. You can subscribe to my channel. That would be great, so you can learn more. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, on the Discord app, on TradeWithFidel. Alright, you guys. I'll leave the link below. You guys have any questions, any comments, let me know. Reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you guys out. If you guys want to sign up for the training that I have going on, again, just hit me up and let me know. Alright, traders, you guys have a good week. Take care now. Bye-bye.